How to start GUI Linux programs from the command line, but separate from the command line. I've searched for this before, but have never been able to find an answer. In Windows, if I have a console window open, type winmin, and press enter, Minesweeper will appear, completely separate from the CMD program. The Minesweeper instance is not tied to the command prompt in any way that I know of, with the exception of Minesweeper's parent being set to that instance of the command prompt. It's different in Linux, however. In Linux, if I have a console window open, type Emacs and press enter, Emacs will open, but it seems tied to the command line. Specifically, it appears that I can't use the command line anymore until that instance of Emacs is closed. Is there a way to replicate the Windows behavior in Linux? Thanks.
In Bash, detach is a built-in, used as follows. In ZSH, you can background and detach in a single operation.
Append an AMP to the command line. This will put Emacs in the background and enable you to continue using your terminal. Note that this will still leave Emacs as a subprocess of your terminal, and when you exit the terminal it will also exit Emacs. To avoid this, type. The parentheses tell the terminal to detach the Emacs process from the terminal. Still, stout and stare messages from the program will show up on the terminal. To prevent this, use
nohop. Like this, nohop amarok and app. Hope this helps.
I posted an answer to an older thread of similar topic with answers from various sources. Following is a copy of that answer adapted for this thread. Following works. This is Nathan Fellman's answer plus redirection. An amp semicolon in gt/dev/null redirects both stout and stare to the null device. The last ampersand makes the process run in the background. The parentheses around the command will cause your GUI_app to run in the subshell. Doing this will detach the GUI_app process from the console you execute this command from. So even if you close the window parent terminal emulator is running in, GUI_app won't close. I ran this then looked at the process tree with street command and found an application started this way will become child process to init. For example, we'll run the application in the background, but it will become a child process of the console process and will terminate when you close the terminal. Though exiting the terminal through bash by using the exit command or Ctrl-D will let bash clean up by handing off the background process to init. Nohop works as Nalman has suggested, but that redirects output and amp error to a file by default. As Jevka has answered, disown command, if available in shell, can detach process from terminal after you've started a background process. BTW all of this applies to bash. I'm sure other shells have other methods/syntax for doing this. Some reference, disowning processes, Unix power tools. If it's a simple call to a GUI application, without complicated options and such, it seems using a launcher like GM-Run or menu, warning, loud audio, is also a good option. Bind it to a key combination. I don't use a launcher yet but have tried those too. Note, Carl in the comments of the other thread reports GUI apps started via GUI_app and amp, method does not close when he exits from the parent terminal. I think that we were closing the terminal in different ways. I was closing the window the terminal emulator was running in. I think he may have been exiting the terminal emulator through the shell, exit command or Ctrl-D. I tested this and saw that exiting through bash does not stop GUI started as terminal's background process, as Carl says. It seems bash hands off background processes to init when it is given the chance to clean up. In fact, this must be the mechanism by which the background process started in a subshell gets handed off to init.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.